What's going on, friends? Eddie Walker here. I am in the middle of producing this track, and I got to thinking about how I use reverb. A lot of the times when I'm using reverb, I'm thinking about reverb as a room mic, especially if I'm using it on acoustic instruments or I'm using it on VSTs that are sampled from live instruments. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. So I have these strings here, and let me let you hear them just by themselves. No reverb. So these strings are dry strings. They're probably close mic'd. They were sampled, probably having the mic somewhere 6 inches to a foot away. But we want to give a sense of space. And I was watching a video about how they mic instruments for movies and film scores. Typically, you have a mic that is for a section. So you have a mic for the violins, you have a mic for the cello section, you have a mic for the trumpets, and then you have mics for the entire orchestra and the entire room. So I kind of took that same concept, and I have 2 reverbs here. One reverb is acting as kind of a section mic. So I'm using some strings in this production. So I wanted one reverb to be something that was a little bit closer and just gave a sense of space, but not giving you the sense of how big is the room that it's being recorded in. So this first reverb is a shorter reverb. It's the Logic Pro's Quantec Room Simulator. And I'm doing about 700 milliseconds here, just giving it a sense of a little bit of space. Let me let you hear what that sounds like. All right, let me turn that off so you can hear what it sounded like dry. So already I'm getting a good sense of space with just one reverb. But what if I really wanted to expand that sound? Let's go in to my second reverb. I'm going to let you hear the second reverb by itself. This is also another Quantec Room Simulator, but this is almost 2 seconds. So let's hear what that is by itself. So I have that one a little bit quieter, but you do get a sense of there's a bigger space that we're operating in. Now, if we put these together, I feel like you get a lot more of a dynamic sounding string sound and a bigger sounding string sound. So let's hear it once again. Dry, nothing on it. Both reverbs engaged. So I've given these strings some more character. I've given them more life. Now, this concept is something that you can use for a whole production. If you have multiple sections that you want to give the sense that they're all in the same room, you use the same reverbs for each one. And sometimes, as I said earlier, you're going to have a reverb that's maybe for a section. So if you wanted all your brass and your woodwind type instruments to be together, you do a section reverb for them. And then every other group also goes to a larger reverb that would simulate the room that everyone is in. Using this method, I learned this method from watching videos online, but it does give a sense of gluing your production together, and it feels like everything has been recorded together, especially in this world where we're using a lot of sampled instruments coming from a lot of different places. This gives your productions the sense of cohesion on top of using a little bit of compression on your buses and your groups and everything. This is another way to just bring your productions a little more together. I also use this concept on the other various elements. So I have one reverb that is basically what I personally deem as the tonal reverb for this track. Like, I kind of built the sound I wanted for this track ultimately to sound like, and I pushed everything that wasn't drums, I pushed to this reverb. And it just, again, it gives a sense of gluing your production together. So here are the elements that I'm using without that reverb. I'm going to solo these guys. Now, something to note, I do have reverb going on some of these plugins have a built-in reverb. It's kind of a case-by-case basis whether or not you take the reverb out of a particular sound in a plugin. It just depends. If it's messing with the cohesion, I'd say take it out, but if it's keeping the track together, then leave it alone. But that was everything dry. Now, if I go and turn on the reverb that I have everything going to, watch how it kind of makes things kind of blend together. So there is a sense of these things are working together in the same space. I feel like ever since I started doing this really made my productions sound a lot better, because it didn't sound like a bunch of individual pieces just thrown together. It sounded like something that was meant to be together and was purposed to be together. Hopefully you can take this and use this in your own productions. Let me know in the comment if this helped you out at all. And also let me know what else you would like for me to go over as far as music production stuff goes. I'll see you guys next time. Please like, subscribe, share, and as always, stay motivated, stay inspired, keep on creating. We'll see you guys next time.